some clay. Sure this. I'm just getting my pieces lined up. And as I work with the clay, you guys can tell me what it is that you think that I am creating. Okay, so that's 2 pieces of clay. And this is air dry clay, so it dries pretty fast. You know, it's depending on how big your pieces are. I'm going to go ahead and create another piece out of this one. I'm going to adjust this just a little more. I'm going to move this in a bit. All right, so this is air dry clay. Okay, so we're going to start here. I like to just shape the clay with my fingers. I'll probably use a few tools. I'm learning that this particular clay, you pull off a small size and then it doubles itself. So whatever size with this particular clay you pick like that is going to rise. So that's right now that's the size it looks like it is, but it's going to get a little bigger. I learned that the hard way. All right, so take the next piece. In the next piece, I'm going to kind of fan it out a bit because I'm making something here. I want you guys to tell me what it is that I'm making. And we're going to fan that out a bit. Spread it out a little more. Okay, then I'm going to take my next piece. I'm going to shape it. I like shaping it with my fingers. Okay, I'm going to put that right here. Okay. Bring it up. I'm going to flatten it. Okay. So this is air dry clay. And I want you guys to tell me what it is that I am creating. All right. I'm just looking for some of my tools. Hello, Marvin. Hello. Thank you for dropping by tonight. Right. There we go. I'm just going to press it out, push it in a little bit. If you think you know what this is, drop it in the chat and let me know. Right, so All right. Miami, hello. Looks like it's Cress, hello. So I'm working with air dry clay, and I am building this out of my clay, and I want you guys to tell me what it is. All right. I'm going to go in a little deeper with the indentions here. There we go. All right. Take another piece. It's way too big. I'm trying to lift this a little bit here. Lift it. It's kind of stuck to my thing here. And I want this piece to come down. There we go. I want this piece to, there we go. Gonna come down. Now I'm gonna put some indentions in it. There we go, there we go. Okay. Okay, so no one knows what this is. No one knows what this is. Come on, you guys. Surely you know what this is. If you know what this is, drop it in the chat. All right, let's see here. Okay. All right, so I'm still building. I'm building something here, and I'm surprised that nobody knows what this is. This is being made out of air dry clay. And I wish I was in a position where the first person who guessed what it was, I could give it to you, but I'm not going to be able to do that. But it'll be interesting to know if you know what this is. So on my channel, I do air dry clay. I do different things, different characters with air dry clay, and then I take those pieces that I make from clay and I do expressions. I turn those into expressions, and you'll see those different expressions on my channel. Okay, so I had to break off. I had to create a couple of pieces because they're a part of this. Okay, actually, I'm not surprised that y'all don't know what this is, because things today are so different from what they were when I grew up. But I know everybody knows what that is. This tree was made out of air dry clay. I made it last week, right before I went to work. And I've decided to make some more because I'm going to give them away as gifts. I was talking with this lady today, and she said that she wasn't going to put up anything in her home for Christmas. And so I'm going to make her some Christmas items out of clay and give her those. I know she doesn't have anything out of clay, and it's going to be a really sweet little gift that I give her. And then I know everyone knows what that is, and also the smaller one. So these are all made out of air dry clay. Get back into focus. There we go. Okay, so as I continue to build, let's see, these right here. All I need is about a half. So take this and cut it into half. Hopefully it doesn't. Okay. I'm going to stick that right here. I still think that's too long. Okay, so because this is kind of like a mini, I'm going to cut it again, and hopefully that's not too short. So here's one here. Good. And then here's another. Okay, that's not. I'm going to have to pull that out. Come on. There we go. Pull it out. Okay, so we're going to take this one and stick it there. There. And stick it there. I have to cut it. That's too long. There we go. There we go. Okay, press those down. Okay, push this under. Okay. And now, okay, we're going to do some more little pieces around the neck. These are like little balls. On the neck. Little balls like around the neck. Okay. Another little ball. Trying to make little tiny balls here. It's getting a little. Around the neck. There we go. Here we go. Okay. I'm gonna hang another little ball around the neck. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to give you a quick glance of what it is that I'm creating. No one has put in the chat what this is. So last year, I set out to do some drawing, and I drew a childhood image because I grew up on a farm. And that image that I drew last year, let me see if I can get this into focus, let's see if I can get this up so you guys can see it. That's what I drew last year. Let's see if I can, I'm still trying to focus it. Get it into focus, make it smaller. There. That's a turkey, y'all. That is a turkey. I drew this turkey last year. And this year, and really it was just a turkey from memory. Because when I grew up, we had lots of chickens and turkeys because I grew up on a farm. And we had this one particular turkey. I don't know if you guys know this, but birds have personalities. And this one particular turkey, he looked just like this one that I drew. And he was very aggressive. And when you would go out into the backyard, he would always walk up to you and make this loud noise with his feathers. And that's a turkey that I just never forgot. And so last year I drew this turkey from memory, and it turned out really well. And so this year I thought that I would work on a clay turkey. And so that's what this is. So what I need to do now is to use my paints to paint this turkey. Of course, I'm going to do the tail feathers with the black, with the white, and then do that little red underneath his neck, and then do his eye. These are feathers, and these are his feet. So I'm going to probably add some more straw to his feet. So did anybody know that this was a turkey before I showed you that it was a turkey? All right, so now All right, so we're gonna put some color on this turkey and his wings so he looks more like a turkey. I'm gonna start with let's see here. How am I going to do this? Because I don't want to. All right, so I'm going to move these out of the way. And now I'm going to move this turkey. Onto, I don't want to mess up my gray covering. This clay is still wet. Okay. There was a disconnect. I don't know exactly where the video is at right now, other than I've moved the turkey to some foil because I didn't want to get paint on my tablecloth. And so now I'm beginning to paint the turkey with some acrylic paint. So we're going to go into the back part of the turkey. The top of his wing is right here. And so all of his wing is pretty much black. And then we come across with some stripes. This is a wing that I'm painting on the turkey. And go up, and over, up and over. There we go. Up and over, over. Okay. And then another wing here. So this is air dry clay, And now I'm just painting the turkey with acrylic paint. All right. And then I have to go over the back. Okay. Go. All right, so I'm continuing to work on my turkey in spite of technical difficulties tonight. I've just hit resume a couple of times on this video. I hope it's going to be pieced together in a way that people can follow what I'm doing. All right, so this is the turkey that I'm making. Y'all know turkeys have this red flesh piece hanging from their necks. I guess I should have looked that up. That piece is called something. That's something that there's a name for that. There's that red piece. They're like red beads that hangs under the turkey's neck. Oh, that is really soft. Okay. Kind of drops down to the turkey. All right. This is I want to move this turkey because this foil is not really doing a lot. I want to put this turkey on this little white circle here. It's made out of a ceramic, and it's going to be a little bit of a test to do that. But I think it'll be worth it in the long run so that my colors can dry. My paint can dry like it needs to. So I'm just lifting this turkey up. There we go. I'm going to put this turkey there. There. Some white. All right, thank you guys for dropping by. I'm going to have to resume this. I'm going to add some more color to the wings of the turkey, shape his head a little bit more, and also shape his legs. And I'll do another live on this turkey soon. Thank you. I'll have a good evening.